How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of my Black Ops 4 Zombies retrospective review, whatever you want to call it. Still don't have a fucking clue what I'm calling it, so I'll just go with retrospective or review. I'll use them interchangeably from this video on out. So, yeah. So, Classified, right? It's actually subjectively a good map, surprisingly, considering it's a Black Ops 4 map. However, there's one thing I would have to disagree with that a lot of people say, and by a lot of people, I mean Tim Hansen. Yes, I'm still on my goal to insult him in some way, shape, and or form in every video. Still, though, I do love his videos. Anyways, he seems to think that it's that map, and by that I mean fucking every single Call of Duty has that has zombies, specifically mainline Treyarch. It comes with 2 maps on launch. For example, Black Ops 1 had 5 in Kino. Black Ops 2 had Nuketown and Transit. Black Ops 3 had The Giant and Shadows of Evil. Black Ops 4, fucking, if we're limiting it to Ether, it had Blood of the Dead and Classified. And each of these games, one of the maps are more, complex, I guess you could say. More difficult, objectively more difficult. And the other map is objectively a more easy map. Like, Kino is easier than 5 for a multitude of reasons. And, Nuketown Zombies is easier than Transit for a multitude of reasons. Obviously, The Giant is easier than Shadows of Evil. That goes without saying. And this map is easier than Blood of the Dead. However, there's one big flaw in his reasoning, in his statement, and that is he says that one of the things that make this the case is they come on disc. And I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but to get Classified, you had to buy the fucking season pass for this game. The entire ass $40 to $50 season pass just so you could play Classified. I don't know. I thought Black Ops 3 got it down fucking perfectly. I don't know how it worked on PC, but on console, right, Xbox players and PlayStation 4 players each could go onto the respected platform and go to that platform's store, basically, and buy the zombie maps each. The Giant was like $5, and then every other map in BO3, excluding, obviously, Zombie Chronicles, was like $8. So, you get the idea. And this map is not like that. You have to buy the fucking season pass. But that's just something I had written down, and then I started recording, and I forgot what the fuck I meant or what I wanted to write. Say. So I just had to bring it in. But on to the actual thing. You had to buy the fucking season pass, dude. That bothered me so much. And now Classified, specifically Classified too. No clue why it's just Classified, but it is specifically Classified. You can buy as a standalone map for $8, which is good. But that happened. The reason I know that is because fucking halfway through the DLC season, I was on my Xbox and I wanted to see what was on the store, and Classified had gotten added. And I was like, is it going to be one of those things that was like, LMAO, you have to buy this to get it, actually. And it wasn't. And that's good. However, halfway through the DLC season is not good. The Giant released, a month after, I think. I don't fucking know. But it definitely didn't release halfway through the DLC season. Sorry, I had a yawn. You get the idea. It's insane. And I would say, personally, I think that, well, okay, that's not true. Not what I was thinking of. What I meant to say is, a lot of people would make the argument that this is the best map in Black Ops 4 Zombies. And I mean, they might. I mean, I'd be down to have a conversation about that. I personally think that Classified is not the best map, just because there isn't like enough to do, and when you do the things you do need to do, you have nothing else that you can, well, do. And so it just makes the map boring in my own personal opinion. But that's just me. And I can understand why other people might not think the same way. But yeah. Fucking a lot of people like this map though. And to understand why, it's like the Mob Blood of the Dead video. To understand why Classified is a really enjoyed map on BO4, you have to know about the original map, 5. 5 wasn't, as Tim Hansen would put it wasn't that map. 5 was definitely harder in pretty much every aspect than Kino der Toten. The map overall just had bad designs. You know, it was way too tight. It's way too fucking tight. It had no good training spot. You could kind of make the center work. The war room, you could, not the war room, but you know what I mean. The actual Pentagon part of the map. You could kind of make that work, but as soon as you had multiple people playing, you could throw that out the window, because that's not gonna fucking work. That's not gonna go down. Because it's so much tighter on 5 than it is on Classified, that the war room is just fucking disgusting. As soon as you add 2 people, it's a shit show. And I know this because I got to round 30 training in the fucking... I'm just going to call it the war room. Training in the war room with 4 people that I had ran into in an online game on Xbox. It's hard. You can, technically, if you have, like, Jimmy Neutron levels of IQ, you can get it to work. But, I mean, overall, it's just not worth trying. So, I mean, there's no... In all honesty, there really isn't any good place to train on this map. And by this map, I'm still referring to 5. There's no good place to train on 5. Not just that, but I know there are people who prefer camping, because my mom prefers camping in Zombies. It's hard for her to do training, and she freaks out, so she prefers camping. I don't know if it's like that for everyone, but I know people camp, and some people camp instead of training. I mean, personally, I do both. Like, when I'm playing the Giant, I either camp on the catwalk or I'll train in the right where the power switch is. I have no problem doing either. I prefer training because it gives you more of the adrenaline rush, if that's what you want to call it, but it doesn't matter to me. However, this map, 5, doesn't have a camping spot. It doesn't have a training spot either. Once again, you can kind of make the Pack-a-Punch room work, which is the war room. It's just the war room, I believe. Like, on Classified, when you flip the 4 switches and get it down to DEFCON 5, and then you go into the teleporter to get the big teleporter piece, that's where the Pack-a-Punch originally was. You can kind of camp in that room. Kinda. It's the same thing as the Pentagon room. It's just not fucking possible. It's possible, like I said, but it's really fucking difficult, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. The teleporters, right? They're fucking wacky, dude. These teleporters on 5 are so fucking wacky, I can't begin to comprehend how they're meant to work. And the reason I say that is specifically... sorry, I've been getting footage and working on these videos all day. Anyways, the reason I say that is because on 5, you don't know where the fuck you're going, alright? If you're going to a teleporter, it's fair game. You don't fucking know. You could be going to the Pentagon room, or you could be fucking down in the lab in a corner dying immediately. There's no fucking guaranteeing. You never know. So I mean, there's that, and high rounds are fucking impossible. Like, not literally, obviously, but high rounds are just stupid hard to get on 5. Getting past round 10, in my own personal opinion, is round hard on 5. And I know that might not be the same opinion for other people, but for me personally, I find it hard to get past even round 10, because it's just a difficult map. All around, it is an objectively hard map. And one of the things that contribute to the high rounds being difficult is the wonder weapon, the Winter's Howl, is garbage. It's a doo-doo. It's fucking trash poop. Shit garbage. It starts falling off at like round 20 and is pretty much useless by round 30. But at round 30 plus, you might as well just get a fucking wall gun and leave it unpack-a-punched, and it's more effective than the Winter's Howl on 5. So, the reason I bring all this up is to understand what makes 5 such a good map. You need to understand why... to understand why Classified is such a good map, you need to understand why 5 is a dog shit map. And, there you go. I just told you why 5 is a dog shit map, obviously. So now that I've had my fun just absolutely shitting on 5, let me tell you why Classified is a good map, starting with design, obviously. And I'm gonna say, I gotta bring the fucking elephant in the room, the biggest one up front and center. This map innovates. And it doesn't innovate in the same way that Togger Toten or Blood of the Dead innovates, if you can really even call it that. I mean, it's innovating, but it's not that good. It's innovating just to innovate. But Classified breaks that mold for Black Ops 4 just for a split second, because everything added, every innovation on this map is a good innovation. And that's a surprising thing to say about any Black Ops 4 map, ethos-wise. Everything added in this map is fucking good. It's honestly really good. For example, the new office is fucking nice. Like, up by spawn, there's the office, obviously, that you can access in 5. And you can access it in, fuck, I can't think of the name. You can access it, I don't even know what I was saying, but, yeah, the office is easy to access. It only takes, like, 1,500 points, it's not that much. And not just this, but above this, right, above this, I'd like to point out, this makes it so that the upper room is actually a plausible training area. And the reason I say that is because, unlike 5, the electric traps are good now. Now, I think I should explain. In the original version, 5, the electric traps, they worked, obviously. I mean, it was their job to work, they had to work, so it worked. But due to how little room there was on the map and how hard it was to navigate, 9 times out of 10, the only thing getting hurt from the electric trap would have been you. In all honesty, that's just how it is. 9 times out of 10, the electric trap would kill you rather than the zombies, just because you'd end up getting cornered and have nowhere to go, or you'd get caught in it or some random shit. That's just how it is. Whereas in this map, due to the office being made, and just overall the map being wider, it's a thicker version, due to this, you can move around more. And so, because you can move around more, it makes it so that this is an actually viable thing to do. You could train in the upper rooms, the office, as well as spawn, and then the halls, obviously, you could train and lead your zombies to the electric traps without dying, which is wacky because that's not something you could do in 5. Also, the server room makes the middle room work. What I mean by that is the room with the electrical box in the middle room, in the war room is what it's called. The room in the war room that has the gearbox. It also has one of the switches for the DEFCON, and also has a gun or some shit. I don't know what I was gonna say. But that room also helps the flow of the map. It makes the map work better also, which is like I said, pretty much everything added in this map is a good add. There's not really anything good. And due to all of these, the overall map has good spacing. You can actually walk around without feeling like you're in a fucking circus attraction where it feels like the walls are closing. It doesn't feel like that on this map anymore because they've broadened everything. They've made it wider. They've made it bigger, but not too big so that you could like fucking jerk off while running around. It's not that big, but you can move without feeling claustrophobic, basically. And that's a very good innovation, and because of that, it just makes the overall pacing of the map really good. And the teleporters being fixed just makes the flow of the map work that much better. However, that is not just a good thing, because one of the things people like about 5 is the challenge. For example, a lot of people like 5 because of the Pentagon Thief. However, this map does not have the Pentagon Thief. I know, absolutely wild. But yeah, a lot of people really enjoyed 5 due to the fact that it had the Pentagon Thief, whereas this map does not. Which, I mean, I'm okay with that personally. I have no problem with Hellhounds, but I can understand why people want the Pentagon Thief. But on the other hand, you can get bonfire shells on this map too. You can get 2 of them, actually. And it's not hard to get these things either. So, I mean, yeah, due to the fact that the map has been made better, overall, objectively a better version of 5, it does lose some of its challenge, which is what a lot of people liked 5 for. But now we can get on to the gameplay, which is obviously the most important thing about the map. And obviously, I'm just gonna say, the teleporters fucking work now. You're not basically goose chasing a rat's fucking left nut. It's not like that, because you actually know where you're going now. I know, insane. But another thing that makes this map's just good, the good part of gameplay for this map, is they buffed the fuck out of the Winter's Howl. Like, it's not insane. Like, you're not gonna shoot it once and it'll kill every single zombie on round 200. It's not insane like that, obviously. That'd be fucking disgusting. I think people would hate the map if that were the case. So it's not insanely buffed. But on the other hand, it's not like this map is... it's not like the gun was just barely buffed. It was buffed enough to make the gun good and actually worth using, but it's not buffed to the point where you're just overly relying on it. It's a good, soft, sweet middle, Jesus. And I think that's really good for the map, because it needs something like that. Also, one common opinion that I personally also agree with about Black Ops 4 Zombies in general is that the system is doggy doo-doo. You know, you feel fucking overpowered. Because the point of Zombies was to go from a fucking weakling, a super virgin, go from a fucking Redditor to an Alpha Chad Twitch streamer. That was the entire point. Like, Revelations, going for high rounds, you wanted to go from spawning in with your fucking weak-ass MR6 to having upgraded Little Ornies and upgraded Apothecary Servant, having every single perk, having the God Mask. You know, that was the entire point. Revelations emphasizes this a lot. You know, the entire point of zombies, like Kino, for example, you spawn in with your shitty not MR6, jeez. You spawn in with your shitty Colt M1911, and then you slowly work your way up until you have the Thunder Gun, Pack-a-Punch, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, not Double Tap. I don't know if there was any other perk on that map. If there was, it was that perk, not Double Tap. And Jug. And you'd basically be a god for what it was at the time. But Black Ops 4 made it so that you get Speed Cola when you get all 4 of your perks. You get Double Tap when you upgrade your gun 300,000 fucking times. You got Quick Revive right off the bat, doesn't fucking matter. You spawn in with 2 self-revives, and you take 4 hits of damage, which is basically Jug for Black Ops 3. So you're already a pretty hefty thing to be reckoned with. However, this actually benefits Classified, shockingly enough. And the reason I say this is because Classified is more or less just a fun map. You're not going into it looking for a challenge, which makes it worth using the specialist. Like, it's not annoying that you have the specialist or you have Wraithfires right off the bat, because even though the map isn't spaced fairly well, there's still that hint of difficulty. So it actually manages to work out really well in the case of Classified. And so, I mean, obviously, yeah, fuck, I don't know, dude, I'm tired. Another great thing about this map's gameplay is that it's basically 5, but the opposite. Oh, I know, bold statement, indeed it is. But what I mean by that is, and yeah, let me explain, what I mean by that is this. 5 is a tight, restrictive, abusive father, and Classified is an open, loving mother. Alright? What I mean by that is, like I was saying earlier, with 5, you're pushed into a corner and you're raped. You've met Bill Cosby. And Classified, it's harder for that to happen because it's been widened. It's been made bigger. So obviously that makes it, better objectively. 5 had a shit wonder weapon. This map's wonder weapon is decent, actually worth using and actually worth pack-a-punching. 5 was just a weird map, whereas with Classified, everything weird about it has been fixed. Like, it's basically 5, but perfect. But on the other hand, I mean, because of this, it does lose a large amount of its challenge, which is, like I said earlier, a lot of people liked 5 because of its challenge. I, however, do not. And a majority of the community, because a majority is casual, also did not like 5 for its difficulty. So I'll stick to what I said when I said that Classified is 5, but better, 5, but opposite, or 5, however, it's perfect. With that being said, we're going to now be touching on the final part that I talk about in pretty much all of these, the Easter egg, or the story for this map. And, I mean, I think this might be the shortest time of me talking about the Easter egg or story of the map, because, I mean, there isn't much to talk about. So let's start with story, because there's something to talk about there. The reason you go to Classified is, if I remember correctly, because I'm too lazy to do the research, I'm too lazy to, look it up or some stupid shit. Fuck being accurate and knowing it. I'd rather just go off of what I think is correct from my always reliable memory. So if I remember correctly, basically shit went fucking south. The characters do the Shangri-La Easter egg, and so they go on a teleporter, and Dempsey magically gets big dick energy and decides that instead of shooting the zombie, he's gonna shoot the fucking teleporter with the baby gun. I don't know why, but this makes shit go all fucking wonky. And they like bounce off the moon or some stupid shit and end up in the Pentagon. And so Samantha gets Yuri, the Pentagon thief, to help her out and send zombies there. That's basically it. Yeah, it's not anything crazy. I know. I'm sorry, but it's true. It's nothing crazy. And then the Easter egg is probably the least interesting fucking Easter egg out of all of these. And it's also the easiest to remember what to do. It's the easiest to remember the steps to, because there's one step. The step is tedious, it's annoying, it's hard, and it's just fucking overall boring. But it's a one-step Easter egg, and that step is to get to round 115. Yeah, and like I said, I think I've said this in streams before, but I've done every Easter egg for the Ether maps. I've technically done Togged or Toten, albeit my game blue screened during the cutscene. Right before the kids start walking into the light, my game killed itself. However, excluding that, I've done all, counting that as doing the Easter egg, which I do, makes it so that I've done all of the Ether Easter eggs on this map. However, I have not done Classified, and the reason I haven't done Classified is because, to put it plain and simple, I just don't fucking want to. I'm sure I can get to round 100 on this map. I've never used a single fucking elixir, pretty much, other than one time I tried getting to round 100, but I gave up at round 64 or 61, can't remember, but it was one of those two. I gave up because I just got fucking bored, so I let the zombies molest me, you know? I didn't give a shit enough, so I'm sure if I put the effort forth like I did with Revelations, although that was an accident, if I wanted, I could get to round 115 on this map. But I'm too lazy, I can't be bothered to, in all honesty. However, the ending cutscene was pretty cool. This map marks the last map in Black Ops 4's Ether storyline to have a fully animated CGI cutscene. Yes, I know. It's insane. I mean, half of the maps don't, including the finale to all of Ether. That doesn't have an animated cutscene, but Classified does. And Classified's cutscene is basically, I don't fucking remember how, but basically, the Ultimus crew is in one of the hangars at Groom Lake, basically imprisoned, and Primus comes out of fucking teleporters from Blood of the Dead, and they're like, yes, we have big war we need to fight. You need to help us fight a big war against Porthicon and Dr. Monty. And they're like, oh, okay. And so then they all leave. Admittedly, it is a pretty cool cutscene, but it's nothing to write home about. Honestly, the way I feel about this map is the same way Tim Hansen feels about Alpha Omega. I think this wow. I feel like this map is just meh, you know, it's nothing insane. It is definitely, in my opinion, better than 5, but I don't know, I've never really even enjoyed 5. I kind of enjoy this map, but I mean, I don't enjoy it a lot. Like, I've never really gone out of my way to play this map, you know? I'd rather play Alpha Omega, I'd rather play Togged or Toten, I'd rather play any Black Ops 3 map, excluding Zetsubono shithole. But, yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to touch all the things that make my video appear to more people. That being subscribe, like, make sure to leave a comment saying either you liked it or hated it. If you didn't like my opinion, don't like, because that's just fucking weird. But, if you agree or disagree, or you're just bored, leave your own opinions in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think. And, yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye.